Hello and welcome to Jardin du Mayfair. We have another YouTube unboxing video for you this week. Thank you to everyone who commented, subscribed and liked on our last video. Please do hit us up in the comments with some more things that you'd like to see us unbox here at Official Watches. Inside this Audemars Piguet box, we have a piece of history in the making. Here we have the AP Royal Oak 50th anniversary 26240 OR. That drives even the watch enthusiasts mad because it's very hard to remember AP reference numbers. For me to formally introduce this watch, we will have to go through a piece of its history because this is a 50th anniversary and the Royal Oak caused such a stir when it was released. So let's talk about it. The Audemars Piguet Royal Oak was first launched on the 15th of April 1972. The piece was designed by horological legend Gérald Genta, who you guys will be hearing a lot about on this channel. It was commissioned by Georges Gaulet, who was heading up AP at the time. The Royal Oak was launched at Basel Watch Fair and was priced at the same level as a Jaguar XJ6. For a steel sports watch with an unconventional and utterly risky design, it was a shock to many and was ridiculed by a good few. It is a watch that had a huge impact on the industry and remains to this day one of the world's most sought after and enduring timepieces. 50 years later, to commemorate a significant anniversary for the Royal Oak, Audemars Piguet released some new special editions. One of them that's right here with me in Mayfair today. Usually I would go straight into the aesthetics of this beauty, but the movement is really something special, so we're going to start there. This is the new in-house caliber 4401, which replaces the old Frederic Piguet 1185 movement previously used in the chronograph range. This new caliber is a peach. It has a flyback chronograph which can be stopped and reset using just the lower button. The movement sports a column wheel and visible vertical clutch, which means that if you're not a fan of using small seconds for reference, you can keep the chronograph running with no loss of power or timekeeping. So, the most glamorous part for the general public is the 50th anniversary rotor. That is a game changer. It's such a clever idea, and it means that they didn't have to put anything necessary on the dial to spoil you kind of enjoying that clean Royal Oak aesthetic. Aesthetically, one of the most important things to note about the new movement is its size, because it fits the case. This is something that enthusiasts have long called for on the Royal Oak line. Now we go on to the rest of the watch. Full pink gold with beautifully contrast brushed and polished angles which flow through the entire design. This is still the watch that we all know and love, although it has seen a few design tweaks to head up for the anniversary. The chrono pushers are no longer screw down, but feature hexagonal sheaths offering protection and integrate well with the crown guards, which have also seen some tweaking to become slightly sharper. Both small changes which don't particularly affect the visuals, but definitely make use much nicer. So while it may seem a simple change, I am totally obsessed with the new pushers. I think that that's something so well thought through. When wearing a Daytona, you have to unscrew them. Wearing this, you can set the chronograph on the fly. Easy to time, quick things without having to think about how you're going to unscrew it. Also great for us guys who wear it on the right wrist. Despite this being billed as a 41mm watch, this actually wears much more like a 43mm. I absolutely love that about the piece. I think you want to think more like a kind of sea dweller, but without all the clunk. This is largely down to the lug width, which is slightly larger than most sports watches, but I think that's what makes it wear so well and gives it the pow. This is the key to its absolute presence on the wrist. This is not a shy watch. With its polished facets and sharp angles, it is a truly beautiful piece. Genta's goal was to create a statement, and the Royal Oak 50th anniversary chronograph is a big tip of the hat to that statement. Now, I know that was a lot of techie stuff, but this watch does deserve it. Now, let's get to some of the glamour. So, celebrities having this piece. Not many have even got it yet. We're one of the first few to have one, and we got it for a very special client of ours at a great price. Market price around 120,000 for this piece at the moment. I think that represents a huge amount of value if you compare it to something like a Platinum Daytona. Make no mistake, this is a lot of watch for the money. This watch was launched at a star-studded event thrown by Audemars Piguet on May the 17th in London's Coco in Camden. There was performers on the night and many celebrity and guests, including Kano, Skepta, Crepton Conan, Mika Richards. Food was overseen by none other than Tom Sellers, a 2 Michelin star chef and a local AP brand ambassador. He designed a bespoke menu for the evening. Well in, Tom. Zurich had already had its own party and there were immersive live AP installations. If anyone's watching out there, I'm available for next year. So let's take a look at this very special watch. We won't be putting it on the wrist today because ours is fully stickered and we will let the client enjoy that first wear. The clasp clicks down so tight. The bracelet, the finishing is amazing. AP have knocked it out of the park. I would go as far to say as this may be the best finishing I've seen on a rose gold piece. Controversial, hit us up in the comments if I'm completely wrong. The mega tapisserie dial shimmers and shines like no other. I would say that this would be a storming watch to wear with a tux. What better way to salute 50 years of perfection by making something just that little bit more perfect? Okay, so now we're going to compare with the 2021 26331 ST. Of course, it's got the boutique blue dial. Now, this is a great watch in itself. Stainless steel, which is where it all began. Let's take a look and compare the two. First and straight away, I notice that the dials have changed. We've lost the AP logo from the 2021, but we've gained an Audemars Piguet logo at 12 o'clock that just shimmers. It's also in rose gold, and you have to see it to believe it. The date wheel on the 50th anniversary has moved closer to the bezel. I think that aesthetically it's incredibly pleasing to see. This is likely due to the new caliber. The bracelet finishing on both is exceptional and what we've come to expect from AP. Guys, thank you so much for all your support on the last video. I will keep these videos coming. Like, comment, share and subscribe, and we'll be bringing you some great content again next week.